Subscribe to Evike TV for more great videos, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram for product announcements, contests, and giveaways. What's up, Airsofters? Have you ever considered being a sniper in Airsoft? Who am I kidding? Of course you have. We all have. Well, maybe it's time to stop daydreaming and finally pull that trigger on getting your first Airsoft sniper rifle. This is Action Army's T11 Airsoft bolt-action sniper rifle. Action Army is well known for their aftermarket upgrade parts for Airsoft sniper rifles, and they've taken their expertise in making high-quality parts and produced a complete rifle that comes with all the upgraded goodness right out of the box. And it's all VSR10 compatible. In the box, you get the bare essentials, the magazine, which is up here, and the rifle. The stock comes disassembled on the longer one and needs to be screwed into place. What's not included is any sort of speed loader for the magazine. Now, it's a very inexpensive thing, and most players already have one, but it would have been nice to have one included in the box. Though I do understand why they didn't. They've tried to put all of the money into the performance of the rifle and not into the accessories. Now, if you're sniping in Airsoft, you'll obviously need some sort of optic. This one right here is the Matrix Tactical Systems 3 to 9 by 40 illuminated scope, and will only set you back about 50 bucks. For Airsoft, it's about perfect in terms of its zoom capabilities. We'll provide a link for this in the description. If you go with the pistol version, we recommend a red dot, or maybe something with a 2x magnification, because hunting around for the perfect sight picture is somewhat difficult without a shoulder stock for a point of reference. Although this one is short, it still has plenty of range, so a little bit of magnification might come in handy. Instead of a stock, the pistol T11 does come with a nifty hand stop that's good for pressing up against cover to steady your shot, and is also useful for manipulating the bolt, because cocking this thing without a shoulder to brace against is a bit of an ordeal for anyone who isn't Airsoft Alphonse. I feel like I make jokes about him a lot. He's a great guy. He can probably do this one-handed. The guy's just a beast. Both versions of the T11 are wonderfully lightweight, but still very sturdy feeling. The metal outer barrel provides plenty of rigidity for accuracy without adding a ton of weight. It is threaded, so you can add a mock suppressor with the use of a simple thread adapter. And the polymer stock uses a combination of textured grooves and angles that help you maintain a positive grip on the rifle. The shoulder stock is slim and comfortable as well, so there's no complaints there. The front of the stock has a flat bottom, which really helps to keep your rifle level when you rest it on something, because even the slightest amount of tilt or roll can affect the accuracy and distance of the rifle. For the most accurate sniping performance, keeping yourself straight up and down is crucial. And if you don't have something to rest your rifle on, there's a little bit of pick rail up in front here for the mounting of a bipod, which we've done here. There's also screw holes to mount more Picatinny rail if you wanted to add a GoPro or a zoom cam to capture your best sniping moments for YouTube. Those screws are here on either side. The T11 also has a QD sling mount point right here in front of the magazine, and a simple but effective sling loop on the stock, which you can swap from one side to the other with just these two screws. It might have been nice to have a QD point in the back here, but they've also put one on the bottom of the pistol grip on the pistol version. I mean, maybe there's a reason for why they did this, and if you think you know why, leave a comment and help us figure it out. Now, you've heard me say that this is VSR10 compatible, but I bet you're wondering what the heck this magazine is for. That's not how a VSR10 works. The truth is, it's not really a magazine. It's fake. It's actually a small storage box full of hex keys that you would need for working on your T11. It's pretty cool. The actual magazine is in front of the fake magazine in the traditional place where a VSR10 magazine would be. It's semi-transparent so you can quickly see how many shots you have left, and it's compatible with other VSR10 style magazines. On the top of the receiver, over the bolt, there's a length of true 1913 pick rail, which is great for mounting just about any optic you want. The bolt handle is an enhanced one, meaning it's bigger, so using it with gloves is no issue. And the safety is in the standard VSR10 location. Backwards for safe, forwards for fire. I wonder if they make forwards for fire. I wonder if like the F is if they did that on purpose. Or if that's just F for fire and it just happens to be forward. Then again, if you did it the other way around, that might confuse a whole lot of shooters. Maybe I'm reading too much into the location of the safety and its orientation. The pistol grip on the T11 is a bit different. It's got some grooves and a big swell on the bottom side. And while it does feel substantial, it does feel different from most other standard rifle stocks. And I've had yet to mention the hop-up. Now the hop-up adjustment is in the standard location, which you can see here, and slides back and forth like a traditional VSR10 hop-up. And that takes us to the last and most important features of the T11, the trigger and the piston. Good airsoft sniper rifles have a smooth bolt pull, positive engagement, and a clean, predictable trigger break. Action Army has built these snipers with a 90-degree sear, which means it will reliably lock even with really stiff springs, and also provides a superior trigger feel. The piston pull is smooth and easily aided by a Delrin spacer right where the barrel starts. This is something that a lot of airsoft snipers can get wrong and need upgrading and fixing by the user. But right out of the box, no complaints. The bolt is very, very smooth. Now, an airsoft sniper rifle can have the best, most squared away externals on the market. But that doesn't count for much if the internals don't perform. And that's where the Action Army has the advantage. They already make all of the upgraded parts that a lot of airsofters swear by, and the T11 sniper rifle is very well put together. Having more screws equates to sturdier construction and ultimately more consistent performance. With the stock off, you can adjust the trigger by using the smallest of the provided hex keys to turn a screw inside the trigger box. This adjusts the amount of take-up on the trigger for a quick, clean trigger break. The cylinder on the T11 is steel with a pinned end cap, which means you won't have to worry about yanking the back off your bolt if you switch to a heavier spring. Out of the box, the spring seems pretty similar to the Action Army M130, which rides on their own steel ball-bearing spring guide. The cylinder head is metal and does not have an absorber pad on it. Instead, the piston has an inset O-ring on the face. The machined aluminum piston also has machined palm glide rings, which are very slick and wear resistant. The back of the piston has a 90-degree end cap, which is important if you plan on using a stiffer spring. The trigger box has a 90-degree trigger setup, and the catch pivots on a reinforced steel axle, which is a high stress point when dealing with stiffer springs. There's only one barrel spacer on the shorter model. While this does a good enough job, adding more spacers to limit inner barrel vibrations can help you get much closer to ultimate accuracy. The inner barrel on the pistol version is 302 millimeters in length, the same as the TM G-spec with a typical TM VSR10 chamber cut, meaning that any aftermarket VSR10 bucking will easily drop right in. The hop-up lever arm has a broad contact patch and is also concave in shape, making this arm ideal for an R-hop setup, which could be achieved with a bridged inner barrel. Think AEG style. The thing that stands out to me is the fact that we're using 0.36 gram BBs, and because of the design and the fitment of the parts, racking the charging handle doesn't take a considerable amount of effort, and I can clearly hear the pinging of the 6-inch target even at 100 feet, which means I've still got enough velocity that clearly this has got enough power and hop ability to throw 3.6s at least 100 feet. And the fact that I'm still doing it within a 6-inch target easily with a budget scope means that the distance, range, and accuracy on this far exceeds this 100-foot test. Shooting a rifle that works consistently and accurately without fatiguing you really kind of illustrates why sniper videos on YouTube and why being a sniper in general has kind of risen in popularity. It's really rewarding to look down an optic that you've zeroed to your rifle and know that your BBs are going to be accurate at distance. The fact that I can hit a 6-inch target from here, it's really pleasing. The one main difference from like a kind of a standard VSR-10 or even from, you know, fully kitted out upgraded sniper rifles is while the repeatability is really nice and it's very consistent, for me, the trigger feels almost too stiff. I mean, clearly there's not any give on the trigger. So you know when you're on the wall and the break is nice and predictable. I just wish like some of the upgraded triggers from like aftermarket companies that there was some adjustment in it so that I could feather the trigger a little bit more, or at least, you know, have a softer break. Not like I'm having to jerk it to fire, it's just maybe a little stiffer than I'd like. Oh, there we go. I mean, the gun's a lot more accurate than I am, and with a red dot that's not really designed for this, I'm getting close. Oh, purely from like a what I'm seeing with the naked eye standpoint, there's no difference in accuracy from the pistol to the rifle. I will say the stock makes it easier to kind of keep it, you know, from shifting around. And the red dot is not intended for very accurate distance shooting like this on an airsoft gun. But I mean, I'm still hitting within an inch or two of the 6-inch target. Like, even though I'm not hitting it, but I think this would be just as effective with an optic on it. I'm hitting the 2x4. There we go. Actually, I don't even think we zeroed this red dot to the sniper rifle, and yet at 100 feet, I'm still like catching the edge of the 6-inch target. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty good. After taking a serious look at these rifles and spending some time behind the trigger, the T11 certainly looks like the ideal option for anyone looking to start their career as an airsoft sniper behind enemy lines. It comes with familiar controls and features, with modern looks and out-of-the-box performance that any veteran airsoft sniper can appreciate. But we want to know what you think. Leave a comment and let us know if you think the T11 has set the bar for future airsoft sniper releases. And give this video a like. You'd rock this thing. Play hard, play safe, and have fun. Thanks for watching. And if you don't have something to rest your rifle on, there's a bit of pick rail out towards the front end that easily mounts a bipod, as we've done here. Let me redo that. And if you don't have something to rest your rifle on, there is a bit of Picatinny rail out here at the front, so you can
I saw that coming, but I had to get on camera.